Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we're back 4 versus 4 on Necron Alley. Play on Team 1 as the Sisters of Battle, we have got Malkador. We have got Demi playing as the Space Marines. We've got Eshan playing as the Necrons. And we've got Tiger Shark playing as the Space Marines as well. Whereas on Team 2, playing as the Dark Eldar, we've got Roman 228. We've got Fremda playing as the Chaos Demons. We've got Ethereal playing as the Necrons. And we've got Cursed King Vortiger N playing as the Imperial Guard. Am I reading that last word correctly? Probably not, but I point blank refuse to read correctly at this point. Spelling and reading, that's not my forte, but my forte is definitely casting, maybe. Who knows, but yeah, so Necron Alley, a couple of Necron players, and you'll notice that while it looks like quite a big map, it's actually not that big. There's lots of this, not even negative cover, it's just non-map nonsense going on. Can't stand here, not allowed. If you get down there, there's no ladders in the 41st millennium, so you're basically stuck there. With the Necrons being on the map, quite interesting because right next to both their spawn points are 2 slag deposits. And the Necrons definitely do love their slags. More plasma generators and more green money for them. So I imagine that both Necron players will be snagging those things on either side. And there's lots of things to fight over in the middle. There's quite a few critical locations and one almighty relic in the centre. But there are a couple of relics on the safer sides. There's just 2. Yeah, just 2 for each team at the moment. And then 1 in the middle. As I said before, in Ultimate Apocalypse, it doesn't really matter if you don't get any relics, as everyone has at least 400 relic resource. So you are guaranteed at least some sort of big units later on. But obviously, the more relics you have, the bigger and badder they could be. Here comes the chaps in the red trousers. And they've already slain 1 Builder Scarab. We're going to deny a strategic point. Quite swift and nimble. They've also got the Furies coming over as well. Fremda playing the Chaos Demons. We have not seen the Chaos Demons for quite a while on the channel. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, it's been a while since I've read the patch notes for this current iteration of Ultimate Apocalypse. But it was in the ye olden times how the Chaos Demons, you could either go for the little demons or the big demon focus. But I do believe now you can go for both, because that's fun. And in Ultimate Apocalypse, let's have fun, boys and girls. Let's have fun. Anyway, we've also got some scouts of the yellow variety, being chased around by the Hellions. Roman 228, getting all the good stuff off straight up from the get-go. He's gone for his piercing vision as well, so he's able to spot the scouts, I think. Oh no, you haven't. And what's all this floating nonsense around here? Either way, infiltration isn't super-duper strong in Ultimate Apocalypse, because if you just walk next to someone, you are able to spot them. Tiger Shark coming over with his Assault Marines. He does like a bit of argy-bargy in close combat. And the Sisters from Malkador pushing away these Imperial conscripts. This map, in theory, should be really good for the Imperial Guard. I mean, defending the critical location will be quite hard, considering that the Guardsmen could just stand around this heavy cover. They get some grenade launchers that might be able to reach over to this Inferno turret. But even though they outnumber the Sisters, the conscripts aren't the bravest souls on the planet. Laying of hands upon themselves, although this Canoness is being surrounded by the unwashed masses. Thrown on a big blind, everyone's got glitter all over the faces. It's going to take a couple of goes in the tumble dryer to get that glitter out. General going toe-to-toe with her. Yeah, he'll win eventually, but she's not going to stick around for much longer. Pulling back as the Necrons are... Are you red? Oh, sorry. For a second, I was looking at the minimap thinking, oh my goodness, there's so much red on the southern side. But there's the minimap here. It makes you think that this area is map, but it's not map. It's just sand. And down here, you think that this is map, but it's also just sand. So, that's confusing for my brain. That's alright. You know, my map awareness isn't my strongest. And this is going to be more confusing for me, but, you know, we'll live. Infernal Lab, up over there, sprouting flame from the slag deposit. Probably not what it was designed to do. Got a fair handful of mandrakes ready to cut a path through the Assault Marines, but the Assault Marines do have some fire support in the form of a couple of squads of tacticals, so they will fend them off for quite some time. Got just a million scouts from Demi. He's decided that he doesn't want any fully qualified Space Marines. He wants just the good old lads. I mean, they're cheap at 30 blue. They do pack quite the wallop. Although this Necron Lord doesn't seem to be really all that bothered by them. He's going to throw them willy-nilly around the place. These are his allies. He's going to run them how he fancies. It's a good job that Necrons aren't from East Yorkshire, otherwise this map would be called Necron 10-foot. Which, it wasn't too long ago when I realised that, or learnt that 10-foot wasn't the universal global term for an alleyway, but there you go. Just goes to show that, you know, the rest of the world doesn't understand how words work. That's why it comes up. Ghost Arc. That's a problem for these guys. They will die remarkably quickly to the firepower from that vehicle. The Mandrakes are running absolute mischief across the battlefield, throwing down a thermoplasma generator on top of the slag deposit, which will deny the Necrons their stuff. And Demi also taking one of these points as well. A bit of corrosive acid will force him to cancel it. Servitor, oh dear. That's all he wanted to do, was build a little thermoplasma, but all three of them dying. And the good thing about the Dark Eldar is that they just need to perk a building, and it will start building itself. So even if the Torture Slave is dead, that's fine. He's done his job. He just needs to press the play button. He's like a DJ. Hit that play button and pretend you're making music. Believe it or not, boys and girls, I used to be a DJ briefly. I used to do a special needs disco, and it's exactly how you imagine it was. My go-to end of the night song was a song by, oh god, what was that boy band with Harry Styles in? One Direction. That song that goes, "Baby, you light up my world like nobody else." You play that song, and my goodness, the SEN kids would absolutely bump and jive. No wheelchair was stationary that evening, boys and girls. Suppose that's why I get on with people who you know, play Dawn of War, because, haha, in the Venn diagram of SEN, discos and Warhammer, that's how it works. We've got a Blood Crusher coming in. He's doing stuff. Necron Warriors, they're smashing things well done. It's taken them quite a while to break through the Thermo. Ghost Arc from Ethereal. It's a shame that the Necrons look very similar. It's going to be quite hard to differentiate them. Tat Scarab's quite good at munching their way through a vehicle, although they do a fair bit of damage, in all fairness. Yeah, go on, get in there. Get in there like swimwear. As the Mandrakes and the Poison Blades seek more targets. It's an immolator tank with anti-vehicle shenanigans. The Blood Crusher will go down pretty quickly. And as we've seen from Chaos Demon players before, we do quite like just basically getting to a nice comfortable tier 1/2, 2/3. Just basically spamming out the Blood Crushers and the Ancient Juggernauts and such. Necron action, although one has got a mask on. The other one has to run away. We can't quite handle the slightly more armoured Necron Lord. And outnumbered by quite a considerable margin. Got Necrons from Team 1. And that's about it as far as I can tell. Ghost Star goes down. Good Lord trying to get out of there. Teleports out the way. Lightning going about his business. And all that good stuff there. Double Blood Crushers. Being a pain in the backside. Also got an Eye of Madness. Just being there. Just watching. Keeping an eye on people. Making sure that they're, you know, not being too mischievous. Although he will die. The Blood Crusher is doing bad stuff to the Space Marines. I've gone for a couple of melter guns. They can't make use of it. Thankfully, they've got a second squad of tacticals. So a melter gun will still be pouring towards him. But that Blood Crusher has got such a fast attack rate. Hard to underestimate how much an attack animation can really change the DPS output of a unit. That's why you can never really trust the unit cards. Here comes a Devastator squad. A couple of multi-melters. And he is sent back kicking and screaming to help it from whence he came. There goes the Pink Horrors over here to help with the bashing of buildings. The Space Marines should be able to take him out, especially with a couple of Immortals to quickly snaggle and fang dangle this person back home. And a couple of tomb walls as well, just to prevent melee units from coming in. Sisters are back with a vengeance. A couple of flamey flames to keep the Imperial Guard at bay, as the Battle Sisters and their melter guns go forth and take down this thermoplasma generator. Does seem there's a lot of argy-bargy around these thermals at the moment, but I suppose they are quite a remarkable resource to have. I mean, what is it, like one thermoplasma generator is about worth, is it like nearly 4 or 5 regular generators, maybe at a push, if I'm being generous. And one thing that you've got to do in Ultimate Apocalypse is basically just make your economy go sky high. And to do that, you need to build up a secondary HQ, as you've only got a limit of 6 generators per HQ. I mean, it's different for Necrons, obviously, because they've got their, if I can demonstrate, they've got their big generators and their little generators. But, you know, thermoplasma generator means that you don't have to build up another HQ for a little bit, saving you money for other bits. There's all that to take into consideration, boys and girls. You gotta look after your macro to save on your micro, or whatever the saying is. Tank does a backflip, always appreciate tank that does a backflip. And the Primaris Psyker on the front lines, always a difficult beast to take care of. Quite resilient to range damage, but it's in melee where he really shines. You can get a whole host of priests, which act as a healing, regenerating doodad, which is the technical term for a healing person. Not called GPs in East Yorkshire, they're just called Healy people. Healy doodads. Well, Imperial Guard weren't happy with, I assume, the General dying. And the Sisters are just getting to that critical mess. Got a whole bunch of Retributors, which, in this narrow sliver here, there's not as much heavy cover as the Imperial Guard would like, though the further they go in, the more heavy cover there will be. So maybe range might be a bit of a difficult sell for them. The Tactical Marines are just outside of the Dark Eldar base. Just thinking before going in. Might require some assistance from friends and family. Are the demons doing anything? They've got their pink horrors. And they do have a Demon Prince of Zinch on the way. That's a very quick Demon Prince. They've also got the Herald of Zinch coming in. And there's a Mighty Talos. That's one way to scare the Space Marines off. Get the racks out. Get your Talos. Also got a friendly Cryptek coming over. He's having a bit of a disco. For a second I thought these were Centaurs, but they're not. The Fiends of Slaanesh. Same thing, but with tits. Don't know if that's better or worse. Depends on what you're into, really, but the Space Marines were looking very confident there, but then stopped being confident very quickly. A couple of Landspeeder Tempests, a little bit late to the party, especially now that there is just so many pink horrors. Throwing all that they can over here. We've also got a bit of artillery from the Hellspawn there, and a Demon Prince Zinch. Ready to walk like an Egyptian all over these guys. Heavy Destroyers having to fly back as quickly as they can. Devastator Marines looking like they're a bit stunned by what's going on. Maybe acting as a bit of a vanguard to hold the boys back, but that Demon Prince means absolute business here. Seems like the Devastator's having a bit of difficulty getting the distance between everyone. Space Marines are building up a bit of a forward base here. I mean, it'd be nice if they weren't about to be assailed by all the forces of Chaos and some Dark Eldar, just for good measure. There they are. And the Talos is still relatively healthy, although the obelisks here are bringing him down. They never live for long. It's always nice to see them. All the Necrons for Eshan are over here. The Demon Prince is trying to break through all these walls and such. Like the walls of Jericho, he's just doing... Sorry, I had nothing there. I was trying to make a WWF reference there, but I've realised that it's been too long since I've watched it, so I can't make a relevant jerk. Got some flayed ones. Keeping the Confessor and everyone else at bay. I know the Confessor's going to stick around. Let's see what he can do. He's got a book. He's got a stick. With a pointy bit on the end. He's a mad lad, he won't survive. Yep, he's been impaled. Will he be thrown over? Oh, not quite. Not seen anyone been thrown into the halls of doom yet. It will happen. If not already. Here comes the mighty replacement Talos. And look at these racks, just huge boys. Standing tall over the Marines. Oh, these are Cyberites, that's why you're so tall. Fair enough, I was going to say. Got torch lamp in the middle, just slow people down if they get anywhere close to things. But it seems that the Space Marine advance has been well and truly slowed down. Necrons are in the middle somewhere, got the Flamers of Zinch to burn through infantry pretty quickly. Ethereal has got an Annihilation Barge, finishing off these scouts who've been constantly capping and decapping. They've even got a listing post here, so it's pretty good for them. We've got a Landspeed and Temp as well, doing some sick manoeuvres in the air. And a thin green line holding these sisters back for now. But not for much longer. Seems like the Imperial Guard just can't seem to catch a break against these ladies. What have you got going on for yourself at the moment? You're just building up Imperial Guard units. Well, infantry units. Of course they're building up Imperial Guard units. That's the faction that they're playing. But as long as he holds, that's the main thing. So a million times on the channel, if you're in a team game, all you need to do is not die. Which I think Tiger Shark hasn't got that memo. He's currently in the process of dying. He's dying in a spectacular fashion. Whereas at the moment it's a 2 versus 1 scenario. Got some Deathstroke Pariahs in there. Don't really want to be involved in close combat. Chief Librarian maybe can get some psychic powers off and do some mass AoE damage. I'm not holding all that hopeful for him. Vanguard veterans, their power swords in the middle of everything. Someone needs to come and help him. We do have a lot of... Oh, right, well, Malcador said, so do you guys and your tactics. We're just going to mass a whole bunch of Sentinel Scout Walkers, and my goodness, I hope you've got sunglasses on, because it's like staring at the Golden Throne itself. Glorious stuff. And the demons, do they have the counter for this? Can they really... It's not all the Necrons, we can just teleport things back home. But they're umming and ahhing whether they should come back. Space Marines seem to have been stabilised here with the help of some Necron chaps. And this is so much damage been thrown around. I mean, yeah, okay, fair enough, they're all quite fragile, but you know, they're not dying because no one's fighting them. Oh, that's fun. Very accurate, quite like that. Just like the training simulations. There goes all the warp signatures. Quick as you like. One singular heavy destroyer. See what they could do, and also a squadron of Scourges. Triple Dart Lances, and watch those guys die. Remarkable swiftness. But that you know, confuzzled the demons enough. And is that the Demon Prince dead? No, the Demon Prince is still alive. He's focusing on the Necron Monolith.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Been forced backwards by the massive firepower. The pink horrors being punched to death by the ironclad dreadnoughts. And there he goes down. Femdare says, soon Titan, what are you building over there?
Ready to
Can I see? Where's your Titan build? Oh, right, you're building the Titan building. You're not actually getting the Titan just yet. That is understandable. That'll be a while then, but not bad. The Imperial Guard on very little economy.
Ready to serve.
Doing what he can. Look at that, just by sheer meat alone. Oh, now Target Shark is in trouble. That's the double Telos. That's an elite stratagem. Only the best Drukari players pull out. This Termarine is in the worst place. No, they spare him. It's not a pathing issue. They just spared him. They've seen the Munitorum depot and think, right, well, no extra economy for you, Space Marines. If you're unfamiliar with Ultimate Apocalypse, every faction has basically got a building, or at least most factions have got a building, where it just acts like a strategic point. The more you build, the more expensive they are, but there we go. Oh, one Telos is dead. Another Telos, go on, you can finish it off. Just, boo. Can't have any fun, can you? Can't have any fun. Thanks, kids are crying now. Well, there comes Dark Eldar. They've had a go at the Space Marines. Now it's time to have a go with the Sisters of Battle. And the Sisters said, well, we'll just build turrets. And I don't think it's going to work. Very rare that mass turrets work. Unless, of course, you're me playing a survival game in Unification. In which case, should have really built more. There we are. Here comes an angel. Saint Annius. Always a dangerous name for me to read. Always a dangerous name indeed. Necros now countering their turrets with their own turrets. But the Death Touch pariahs are sending it back from whence it came. Only for it to teleport into the middle of the map. Pink cars are moving around. Still leaving Demi with this listing post here. Why is Demi's economy at the moment then? Yeah, it's good. It's a very good economy on account of him having extra listing posts. They shouldn't really be having. But Necrons just Gokuing around the map with their turrets. As the pink cars push on in. Plenty of pink cars across the map. The Drukari and the Ravager. It's also a hard word for me to say. Doing what they can. Scourges are plenty. But two Predators, well, although a couple of those guys are quite low on health at the moment, needs to start repairing them somehow, some way. I say like as if we don't know how to do that. You just send a builder over, right click on them. You know. Now these Sisters have been bolstered by all these Death Strike pariahs. And you're attacking. Who are you attacking? One poor guardsman. Was just minding his own business there. And now Demi has got the Terminator. Is this going to be a real terror to take on? Strong armor. And oh, right, there's a Helldrake. That is the Titan he was on about. Flying in there. Although, right, well, that's a relic for Demi as well, sir. It's an air battle. Pigeon versus pigeon. No, there goes the frame rate. Okay, fine. I won't do any dynamic angles. Mr. Helldrake, you just enjoy your aerial view. Imperial Guard having the base pushed in. The defensive structures of the Necrons holding them back a little bit. Saint Angus Fongs and Perfect Snogging is having a bit of difficulty for health at the moment. Oh, that was a reference, wasn't it? Remember that film? I remember that film. No, the Imperial Guard just not quite having the resources. Just constantly having to rebuild all the fighting forces from the Sisters pushing in. And the Pink Horrors low in number. Oh no, never mind, they're just spread out. That's why. Spread out everywhere. So what's the situation on the ground at the moment then? I think the Northern team, while having quite a good aggressive stance with the Chaos Demon player getting his relics out, I don't know if it's going to hold very long, just because the Imperial Guard, while holding their line as best they can, it has taken their allies a little bit of resources to come in and save him. And Eshan is really racking up this ball of death of his pariahs. I mean, he should now start be getting some good stuff. Oh no, he's still Not got his Titan building units as of yet, but he could potentially do that. Oh no, there it is. There it is. Okay, fair enough. He's taking up quite nicely with everyone else. Heldrake not exactly getting... Oh, there's... Hang on, wait a minute, there's two of them! This is getting out of hand. And the least defended base at the moment is Tiger Shark. So why not? Attacking an enemy in the centre of the enemy formation means that it's easy for them to defend, but go for a corner player. And all the reinforcements will take a while. And unlike the Northern team, the currently red team on the minimap, they've got what? They've got the Dark Eldar, which is quite mobile. They've got the Chaos Demons that are quite mobile. Who else was the other player? Necrons, they could teleport around the place. Yes, it's hard to really catch them with the trousers down, but good lord. There were plasma generators, and now there are not. They've done the damage, and now they're going to fly away. Yeah, try and counter that. Like real pigeons, they fly in, shit on your car, and then leave. But these Terminators are causing a bit of an issue, and that's why I imagine Eldrakes have came back home. Now can I get a bit of a dynamic angle? There we are. Less maps taken into consideration. Purple everywhere. The Terminators are not fancying it. The high health keeps them safe, but all that incremental damage on the flamers and such is breaking them pretty quickly. Terminators are going to jump inside the Storm Raven Fury, acting as a transport vehicle, but I think that if these guys die inside the Raven, they all die. Oh no, they don't, they survive. Right, okay. They all fall out, but now they are in no man's land with no transport available. Gonna try and break through these things. A bunch of Trueborn warriors with significant amounts of damage to be done. Even the Terminators are not going to be surviving this. God, those Helldrakes just absolutely insurmountable. That's the Terminator's dead. It's a very expensive thing to happen. The sisters are now cracking on into the main meat of the Imperial Guard's base. They have got 3 angels. They've got Annius, Saint Celestine, and Saint Arabella. Although these guys will be able to do absolute bugger all against these Helldrakes. There's a third one as well. My goodness.
Taking damage.
So 3 angels versus 3 pigeons. The pigeons win automatically. But the Imperial Guard are dying. You rebuilt your stuff over here? You've rebuilt your stuff in the Imperial Guard base. Or your Necron base, sorry. So there's a thing. There's a thing that's happening. And now the Necrons of Eshan and also Deep Strike and Ironclad Dreadnought are coming to say hello to the Dark Eldar. And what do the Chaos Demons do, really? They're basically the main punching power on their team at the moment. They either come in to defend the Dark Eldar or the Imperial Guard. I assume probably the Dark Eldar is the better ally to help in this circumstance, because they've still got an economy and a fair bit of tech on the go for them. But they are determined to keep things safe over here. They've got the Blight Drones as well. Necrons from Ethereal. They've got the Siege and the Mobile Obelisk. One of the most powerful of Necron relic units, but at this point, anything helps. The Saints avoiding a lot of damage, really, not taking that much. So maybe they don't need to win against the pigeons, they just, you know, kill everything else. Siege Monolith is able to fly, however. So while it looked like it was about to die, it's actually doing remarkably well. The Dark Eldar have fended off Demi and the other Yellow Marines for now. And was on a potential Ah, there we go. We've got a Sister's Shrine to the Emperor being built up. So that's pretty good. And it's all about the air, baby. Everything's happening high in the sky. One lonely Terminator left over. He's not giving up on his mission. Oh, just before he was able to get a friend. That's so sad. It's really sad. His reinforcement was at like 99%. Well, sweet dreams, brother. You'll be remembered. Chapin also goes down as well. Demons just being everywhere. What an absolute hero this Fremder is. Death Strike Priors are... Are you alive in this? Taking quite a lot of damage. It's just the AoE nature of this damage, really, isn't it? It's causing all the problems. Got another one! Oh, is that still free? Still free! Not a major problem. So what do? Suppose just build as much long-range vehicle stuff as you can. I don't think the Helldrakes do much... Yeah, you don't really do building... not building. Vehicle damage. I assume. So, just anti-vehicle vehicles. That's what you want and need in this scenario. The Terminators here are being bamboozled by the Archon. It's also been supported by Homunculus as well. They're holding lands for as long as they can. And good heavens. Here come the Predator Annihilators. And they have got the big zappy cannons. There we go. Quadruple lightning being thrown towards the Helldrakes. And watch that health plummet. He's found the key, he's found the secret. He just now needs to be left to his own devices, but these demons of Slaanesh, fiends even, if you will, aren't giving them the time or space. But at the moment, it's technically a 3 versus 4 here. The Angels seem to be taken care of, but now been bothered by the Angels of Death in the form of these Terminators. Incarcerators also getting a few shots off in there as well. Using demons against demons. I imagine Zinch is not all too happy about this transaction. Well, if there's one thing I've learned from the clips I've seen in Space Marine 2, because I've still not completed that game. Really tried, but it's a struggle for me. Just get a Dreadnought and throw a rock at it. You know? That's what you do with Helldrakes, isn't it? That's what you do. Well, the Trueborn are inside the base attack. Oh, leave him alone. He just wants to have a plasma generator farm, but you're not letting him have it. Eshan's now got the Necron centipedes over here. Seeing if they can help out. Gonna munch on the Ravager. More Terminators. Got an acid bath on the floor there. But 2 acid baths. Not allowed to have 2, surely. There's an Archon over here for whatever reason. How did you get over here? Oh, because he's stupidly fast, that's why. Okay, alright, well then you enjoy yourself. It's the Rider of Ahiram. God, that's the aesthetics on this. Coming forth. Wrecking carnage everywhere they go. Doing minimal damage to structures there. I don't think that's what the Fiends Slaanesh were really designed for. Helldrakes are still up in the air. And there were a bunch of plasma generators here, but now no longer. Sentry Paladins will reposition themselves just to fire up on top. Predators attempting to follow up these Helldrakes. Seems that one has died. Ah, 1 minute. No, one hasn't died. It's been repaired. And there was a 4th one. Well, fair enough. The Mobile Capital Imperialis really struggling with the pathing on this map. There's a joke about Battle Sisters driving that I could make, but I'm not going to. There's the Predator Annihilators. Fending them off. Both got lightning here. Which is, I imagine, not what the Space Marines really wanted from this. Imperial Warhound Titan that might be able to be a big enough boy to turn the tide, but can you do much against 4 blooming Helldrakes? Oh god, just such an efficient weapon, really, with all its AoE damage. The Southern team can't really leave the base. For any length of time, they're going to constantly be on the defensive, chasing after these Helldrakes. The narrow space that people have to build on as well is not doing them any favours. It's forcing them to clump up all their buildings. The Necrons have got some Night Scythes. But, I mean, are you doing much? Oh, wow, you're all being built really quickly, aren't you? That's quite swift. But, croissants... Well, I mean, that's what pigeons like to eat, don't they? Been ommed and nommed. Now there's... Night Scythes are gone. And Tiger Shark's base more or less gone as well. There's other stuff going on for him, but... Yeah. Well, here is the Imperial War Titan. I mean, it's a Titan, but it's a very small, dinky Titan. Will it be enough? I don't know. We've got all these Incarcerators here, and the Angels. Or Saints, even. I suppose same difference. Well, it's not same difference. Pardon my poor theology there.
The enemy is attacking.
Saint Celestine coming in for another punt. Who even knows what's going on at the moment with all this purple stuff coming to the fore? I mean, it's like a constant mini nuke going off, isn't it? Kind of like how the... No, what are you doing? I mean, it's just wheeling. I've never seen a Necron monolith attempt to wheelie before, but that was definitely one. He's got his wheelie shoes, which I was never allowed as a kid and I'm still bitter about, but could buy them as an adult, but I think I'd be judged. From the saying 5th Helldrake on the way. The skies are blotted out by the beating of mechanical wings. The floors are covered in the purple warp flames of, well, I suppose the warp. But the Necrons and Space Marines seem to be holding their own for the moment. All the firepower from the Helldrake's been focused on wherever the Saints have gone. So they're here, there and everywhere really at the moment. All the blue horrors like shooting fish in a barrel. God, there's so much fire. Vortiger, he's still in here. Or Vortiger N. Oh no, players defeated. Who got defeated? Was it the Necrons? The Necrons. Because Demi and... So I was too busy watching this epic battle going on to realise that the Necrons were also being taken care of. See, even with 5 Helldrakes, just wasn't enough. They were doing lots of damage to the economy, lots of damage to the infantry, but they weren't able to really do anything against the Saints. And now the Chaos Demons go down one by one. Buildings suffering greatly. Got a purple disco going off here. I mean, just look like how is anything able to live through this? Well, I suppose the Redemptionists have got like 1 million health. The Helldrakes really seem to be struggling killing any kind of vehicle as well. So they're going to do what they do best. Fly away from their problems. They're going south for the spring. Or the summer or the winter. Whenever birds go south. Beautiful formation. But then leaving their own base to the dogs, as it were. And the Angels taking no prisoners. Forevermore. Eldrick's now entering sister country. But killing all this stuff down here won't mean much. They've already got their army. And nothing's really killing them, so they don't need a lot of money to reinforce stuff. Okay, bobbing and weaving. But then another player is dead. Not sure who that was. Must have been Imperial Guard, or the demons or something. The demon's still here. Doing what they can. Oh no, go on, leave him be! He's only just rebuilding his stronghold. The poor soul. There were things alive down there. And now there is no more. All the northern bases are completely wiped out now. There's just one warp gate being slowly but surely built up on the flanks. But the sisters are barreling towards it. They will suffer. Not for the demon to thrive. Heaven Destroyer, look at it! It's actually regenerating health. Despite all the firepower coming in. Oh, it's died now, but for a moment it was. For a moment it was. Stuff all cookies. Heaven Destroyer's fending these guys off. Warp has been found. It's only right that Centaur Bella is the first to lay her flaming sword upon its fell brickwork. Saint Celestine also getting some good touches in there. Well, there we are, boys and girls. That is the game in its entirety. Wonderful aggression from both players, or both teams even. And I like the idea of Infinity Helldrakes, but clearly, while amazing at killing other aircraft, and maybe other infantry pieces, didn't quite have the punching power to be able to take on other Titan and Relic units, so that's probably what did them down and dirty in the end. Lovely defensive assistance from the Dark Eldar and the Necrons for the Imperial Guard player down here. Although that being said, he also defended quite well against the Sisters for the majority of the game. Wasn't able to quite hold on to all that stuff, and the bounce back ability of the Southern team keeping them in. Even if they lose the central bits and quite a lot of the bases, constantly rebuilding and getting back in there. Always good stuff to see. Anyway, cheers Tiger Shark for sending that game into the Discord. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets one game a week, and there's also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As for Miss Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.